What's going on, everybody? Hope you're all having a fantastic day today. Now, ladies and gentlemen, today is a pretty good day, at least for me personally. I know a lot of you guys probably won't give too much of a crap about this information here, but personally, I believe Sledgehammer Games is going to change the future of how Call of Duty is handled. Now, this has nothing to do with skill-based matchmaking. So, I know for people out there, it's a lot of people who will never touch a Call of Duty game again until skill-based matchmaking is handled. But in regards to communication, taking feedback from the community, and also just reorganizing the whole live service, methods in Call of Duty, I think Sledgehammer has done something pretty big, and these facts are going to prove to you guys exactly why. But of course, ladies and gentlemen, before we go ahead and dive deep, if you guys are interested in more content just like this, don't forget to go ahead and subscribe and hit that bell. We post daily here at 8 in the morning Eastern Time. And if you are interested in any of my live streams, I'm going to be live today over on Kick between 1 to 2 p.m. Eastern Time. And we're going to be doing a bunch of testing with the new season. I'm going to be trying out the new changes to the Modern Warfare 2 weapons and Modern Warfare 3. I'm going to be testing out a bunch of perks, all that good stuff, so we can make content about that in the future. So if you guys want to participate in that and, hop into the open lobbies, by all means, hop into the stream. I got a link to that channel down in the description of this video. All right, so as you guys can see right here from Charlie Intel, new Activision confirms in a statement to Forbes that Modern Warfare 3 and Warzone player count now is higher than it was last year at this point. We are having a blast supporting the community across Call of Duty. The teams have had fun connecting with our players and creating high-quality new experiences for them. Player engagement is up with more players playing now than this time last year. This right here is absolutely huge. And I know people are going to want to say that Activision is, pulling our leg or something like that. But regardless, it doesn't matter what negatives could be pulled out of this statement right here. The only thing that I see with my own eyes is that they are openly acknowledging that actually participating with their community has done good things for the game. That's all I'm seeing here. I don't care if they're flaunting numbers to their investors. I don't care if they're trying to, say how many players are in here. No, all I care about is the fact that they are saying that their numbers are improving because they are working with the community. That's the only thing that matters here. Again, like I said, you could pull any negative that you could possibly think of out of this topic, but it just is irrelevant. Absolutely irrelevant to the point that they are finally acknowledging this in a time where they would never acknowledge this. Activision has had the biggest ego year after year after year. These development teams have been, well, not development team, I should hyper-focus Infinity Ward, because Infinity Ward has been like, Activision's baby, while Treyarch and Sledgehammer Games are getting absolutely brutalized out here. Infinity Ward has had the best treatment ever, And honestly, Infinity Ward's ego, matchable management, matches Activision's ego. In every way, shape, and form. And now we're finally seeing that change. We're finally seeing that change with Modern Warfare 3 here. After 5 years of just pure destruction of them thinking that they know what's best, they have openly acknowledged that, well, they didn't say publicly that they don't know what's best, but they did say that working with their community has done some good things here. And also, higher player engagement is due to Sledgehammer Games as well, not only because they're listening to the community, but also the way they revamped and reworked the whole live service system. Now, this might have been Activision behind the scenes, but I don't know. I'm pretty positive that Sledgehammer has full control over, what they're going to go ahead and implement when it comes to the style of content in this game. Activision might have said, well, we need some more stuff to be introduced. We're not giving enough free stuff to the players who are playing this game, so find a way to do it. And then Sledgehammer Games, some team behind the scenes probably said, okay, well, we can have events, we can do this, we can do that, give content here, give content there, and then it's up to the art team to actually design content and stuff of that sort. They have been knocking it out of the park. Don't get me wrong. There's been a handful of events that just really aren't worth your time, especially the one that's going on right now. Don't really care for the skin, and it happens like that sometimes. But there's way more of an incentive to hop back into Call of Duty now than there ever was in the past. I said it time and time and time again, and I'm going to die on this hill, that Modern Warfare 3 has the best new version of live service that we've ever seen in Call of Duty. Now, is live service amazing? No, I still don't agree with live service. I think it's, a bummer that companies can get away with shipping out half-assed games and claim they'll fix it over time because it's quote-unquote live service. I don't like that. But Sledgehammer has well, they didn't even ship a half-ass game, honestly. I mean, you can consider a DLC if you want, but this is the best running COD game I've played in a long time. The best, balanced COD game. They fixed the meta within, like, the first couple of weeks, and they've been continuously perfecting it over time. I don't know about Warzone, but multiplayer has been pretty solid. This is a very nicely shipped product for me. I know others are running into a lot of problems, but again, I'm talking out of personal experience. And then on top of that, they are giving us a 10 times better live service model. No longer do we have to struggle by only going through the battle pass. No, we're getting constant weekly events with skins, aftermarket parts that completely shake up weapons. If you guys don't know, I always post content about these aftermarket parts as well, which I am, planning to post one about the LMG a bit later. Again, there's been so many different topics coming out on Twitter that I have to discuss. I'm going to dive deep into all the content very soon, but of course, make sure you hit that bell so you can stay notified on all this stuff. But there's always something to talk about, always something to do, and always something to bring you back into the experience. And that's because of Sledgehammer. Sledgehammer's done a good job this time around. We can't deny it. Again, there's always problems like skill-based matchmaking, for example, but we can differentiate the two, right? It's not impossible. I don't know why people think, oh, since there's skill-based matchmaking, that means everything is trash. That mindset is just so ridiculous to me. I can totally balance things out, and I'm assuming you guys can as well, but people just choose not to, and I don't know why. We can all agree that we can see the negatives, skill-based matchmaking, games being forced out year after year after year, this game having troubles behind the scenes as well. I mean, Activision didn't even tell Sledgehammer Games that if it was going to be DLC or a full-fledged out project until basically near the end of the game's life cycle. So that was a problem as well, and probably one of the main reasons why the campaign was really rough this time around. There's problems. There's obviously problems, but at the same exact time, we can look and say, well, Sledgehammer nailed the live service. They're nailing a bunch of these camos and the aftermarket parts. It's a bunch of reasons to hop back into the game all the time. They actually listen to the community. They're taking all of our feedback, even down to the core fundamentals of the game. It's a lot of positives as well. And we can see both sides of the story here. But the question right now is, how is this going to affect the future? This is great and all that Modern Warfare 3 is getting all this love, but how's the future of COD going to look because of these, details? Well, I'm assuming since Activision is openly saying that, actually working with the community helps the progress of COD, I'm assuming that we're going to see the same type of communication going forward. I'm hoping, fingers crossed. We'll see when Treyarch comes out with their game. But, I mean, let's be honest here. After seeing how Sledgehammer did this time around, after Bobby Kotick left and obviously Microsoft picked up the company, the communication, we've never seen this. Not even in Vanguard. And Vanguard was another game where they actually listened to the community a decent amount, but nowhere close to what we're getting right here. I seriously think something behind the scenes switched up a little bit. And even though we are still having problems, at least these teams might be able to open up with us a bit more. And I'm also curious how Infinity Ward is going to handle their games as well. After their game, Modern Warfare 2 got bashed. Like, they were literally getting bashed by the Call of Duty team, okay? Activision, their marketing for Modern Warfare 3 was literally this game is everything that Modern Warfare 2 isn't. Okay, so they spent a whole year getting bashed. Basically, they're seeing a bunch of posts saying that, this game is doing great compared to Modern Warfare 2 because they actually listened. I'm curious if Infinity Ward is going to stick to their guns and keep making the same style of games that they do and, make it for that community, or if we're going to see some major switch-ups in Infinity Ward as well. I'm curious what you guys think. Leave it down in the comment section, please, and thank you. And also, I am definitely expecting for the future live service to get even better. If this is a good standard right now, Activision wants to continue to grow, especially with Microsoft picking them up now. Microsoft wants them to grow, right? They want more money as well. So more than likely, they're going to look at ways to expand this new system that they made here, where we're getting all these weekly camos and these weekly aftermarket parts. They can't make it worse, right? Because if they make it worse, player retention is going to be bad. If they keep releasing crap content, nobody's going to come back to the game. So it has to be on par with what they got here, if not better, and I'm assuming that it is going to get better over time. Now, my only worry is that if it gets better, the skins in the store are going to be, continuously overpriced, but at this point, I just don't care. I don't buy skins now. I probably won't buy skins in the future if they keep getting overpriced. As long as the game can match free content with that, I'll be happy. I'll still probably complain because it's absolutely ridiculous that they could possibly charge these priced skins in a full $70 title. But again, if there's free stuff to be had that's actually worth it, like you see on my weapons, I'll take it. I'll take it. I'll let the suckers pay 50, 60, 70 bucks for the skins. They'll make their profit. As long as Activision says, as long as the whales are paying, then they'll give us more free stuff. If that's the cycle, I guess I'm down for it. But if we ever get to a point where the whales are still paying high prices and then the free players, people who, well, not free players, people who cough up $70 for the base game, we start getting less content, that's where the problems will start to occur. But like I said, as long as we get better and better and better stuff, if we get what we have now times 2 times 3, and the only downside is that the skins are going to be, times 2 more, I don't care. I don't buy the skins in the first place. You know what I'm saying? It sucks, but people are going to buy it, but it is what it is. But as long as my content gets doubled as well along with those prices, if we can keep that even, whatever at this point. But I want to know what you guys think. Seriously, do you guys think that that's an acceptable thing, or do you think it's not an acceptable thing? And also, what do you guys think about this overall information here? Do you think it's real? Do you think it's fake? Do you think they're putting out false information? And if they are putting out false information, why would they put out this information? Investors don't care that the game is doing a little bit better because they're working with the community. They only care about money. They could care less about the community. I feel like the only reason they would put this out is because it's actually giving them real benefits, but again, that's just my 2 cents on the overall take here. Go down, leave your opinions down in the comment section. As always, if you enjoyed today's video, leave a like. If you hate it, leave a dislike. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell. I post daily here at 8 in the morning Eastern time. And if you want to connect with me on any of my live streams, I do that pretty much daily over on Kick. Find a link to that channel down in the description of this video. As always, thank you for tuning in. See you on the next one. Peace out.